Right, it's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left to the 5-yard line, stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out downtown. Yahtzee. By Landry, double 0, 0 on 0. Caruso from downtown knocks down a triple.
Pitch. Base hit left field. Austin Suchecki gets it done.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Commode with a spectacular play.
Welcome back to the campus here at Exeter High School, home of the Blue Talks. Tonight, it is the home of the Division I girls NHIAA semifinal games between the number 1 seed, the Bedford Bulldogs, and the number 4 seed, Concord Christian Kingsman. I'm joined here by the head coach for the Bedford Bulldogs, Coach Kevin Gibbs. Coach, another Final Four for your young ladies. A little bit different flavor tonight, playing a team that maybe you're not as familiar with as some of the other teams in the state, this Concord Christian Kingsman. Maybe you are, I don't know, you tell us.
In this modern era of a lot of film, I can tell you wholeheartedly that we are very familiar with this team.
Yeah.
One of our players plays with these girls. A few of them play AAU with some of these girls, so we're familiar. And as we talk about all the time, like we have all season, we fear no one, but we respect everyone.
Sure.
And we have a lot of respect for these kids. They're a good team, and they've got some really nice players.
They really do, and it's an interesting story, right? A team that's trying to be the first team ever to win 4 championships in Division 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1. Unprecedented.
Yeah.
But you have history going for yourselves as well. I'm sure you don't concern yourself with that as much as trying to go back to back.
What's past is past.
Yeah.
I mean, our whole goal right now is to win this evening.
Yep.
And then we'll have a different goal if we get past this evening. History is just that. It's history. It's something you read about. It's something you celebrate. But every year our team's different. Who we are playing might be different. And so we react, respond, plan, and adjust accordingly.
They say sometimes if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. The history that you have with this Concord Christian team, you'd be okay with that. You guys came out on top against them in the regular season meeting. What can you tell us about that initial matchup that you expect to see differently tonight with this matchup?
Well, I don't know if we'll see anything different. Their style of play is they like to run like we do. Perhaps the difference is, a lot of our offense goes through multiple kids. Theirs might not go through as many kids, but we plan accordingly for them to maybe try to free up some other people.
Sure.
They've been very consistent with how they play, so have we. So, in looking back at that first game, it was a game through 3 quarters.
Right.
We kind of spread it out once we got into the 4th quarter, but they gave us a great battle, and we don't expect anything different tonight.
It should be a good one. You're watching live here on the NFHS Network. Coach Kevin Gibbs. Coach, want to thank you very much. Wish you the best of luck tonight, all right?
Thank you so much.
Go get him, all right? We'll be right back with head coach Rebecca Carlisle for the Concord Christian Kingsmen right after this.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Welcome back to the campus here at Exeter High School. I'm joined by the head coach for the Concord Christian Kingsmen, Rebecca Carlisle. Coach, thanks once again for joining us.
Yes,
it seems
sir.
like we just saw you about a couple of hours ago as in your quarterfinal victory, and here we are in Exeter. I got to ask, because we've talked a lot about this off camera in terms of postseason play and so forth. Is being in the Final Four for the fourth consecutive year, mind you, is it any different? Does it get old? Is it different playing Division I, Division II? Talk to us a little bit about that.
I mean, I think the girls are ready. It's always a little nerve-wracking. They're
Yeah.
ready to get out there and get started, so no different tonight. I do feel like this season, definitely we're the underdog, right?
Yeah, okay.
So it feels a little bit like David and Goliath kind of going up against big
Actually
Bedford.
said David versus against Goliath,
You know,
yeah.
So our little high school of 110 students against the thousands of students
Yeah.
that Bedford have. But
Yeah.
we're excited. I mean, they're ready. They put the work in, and so we're going to give it our all.
You played this Bedford team early in the year, and you kind of hung with them for 3 quarters till maybe the gas ran out of the tank a little bit.
Yep.
What did you learn from that initial meeting, and what do you have to do tonight to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself?
I mean, I think we did really well against Bedford the first time we saw them, with the exception of we weren't able to contain Kate Allard in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
She kind of got away from us. So we've updated our strategy a little bit for tonight.
Yep.
Hopefully we can contain her. Other than that, we're just going to go out and play our game. And
Well,
see how
don't
it
feel
goes.
bad. Not a lot of folks have success against
Right,
Kate,
right,
so
right.
I mean, if you can do that tonight, certainly
we
a
intend
feather in your
to,
cap.
certainly.
Excellent. No, that's good stuff. Did you get a chance to watch any of the first game?
Yes,
What
I
did
did.
you-
That
what
was
were
a
you-
great game.
Great game.
Man, Wyndham stayed with them. Londonderry is just a great team.
Yeah.
They always seem to, kick it into high gear when they need to.
Well,
so.
you have a great team as well, and
Thank
we've
you,
seen
sir.
your team kick it into high gear. We're looking forward to a great game here tonight. Winner of this one will punch their ticket to Durham to play on Saturday afternoon. A lot of work to take care of before then. Coach Rebecca Carlisle, thank you
sir.
so very much.
Thank
Wish you the
you.
best of luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, Rebecca Carlisle, the Concord Christian Kingsmen, ready to do battle. Coach Kevin Gibbs from the Bedford Bulldogs. They'll do all the strategizing, but it's going to be the players on the floor that determine this one. We'll be right back for the opening tip right after this. You are watching.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Exeter High School in Exeter, New Hampshire. Scene of tonight's New Hampshire Girls Division I semifinal basketball playoff game between the number 1 seed Bedford Bulldogs, seeking an undefeated perfect season, going up against the underdogs, the Cinderella story number 4 seed Concord Christian Kingsmen. Hello, I'm John Collins along with Jason Roby on NFHS Network. Excited to bring you the second half of this doubleheader. You've heard of March Madness. This is March Black and Redness. It's all about Bedford Bulldogs and their juggernaut season, and can anybody knock them off track of that perfect season?
Yeah,
Jason?
that's the big question. We saw Londonderry go into the fourth quarter with a lead against them, and really that's been it. They've crossed the border and beaten Massachusetts Powers. Number 1 team in Massachusetts. They did a number on them, and
Wow.
just a good all-around basketball team led by Kate Allard, the BU-bound senior. But they have fast guards in Zink and Muir, and they have good size with Mel McCarthy. I mean, they just have the full arsenal. These two teams met back in February, and Bedford beat Concord Christian 55-41, but it was a close game for 3 quarters, and then Concord Christian kind of ran out of gas a little bit, and that's what we're going to see here tonight on the bigger floor. Can this Concord Christian team ward off the pressure of the guards defensively that Bedford supplies? Can the Concord Christian Kingsmen stay out of foul trouble? Because we saw Kate Smith get 3 quick fouls in the first half. They couldn't take her out of the game against Bishop Girton. Bishop Girton didn't attack her the rest of the way, and she finished the game with 3 fouls. So Bedford going to try to take advantage of that, I'm sure, get them into foul trouble. And obviously, if they can do those things, stay out of foul trouble and stay fresh and ward off that guard pressure, they could have a successful night here tonight. Now, those are 3 things that nobody's really been able to do this year. So we'll see if that can come to fruition or not.
Both teams being introduced before the game. Bedford beat their first and second round opponents to get here. Central West and then Exeter by total score of 164-60. They score a lot of points.
They do.
With all, as expensive as Celtics Lakers tickets are, Jason, I guess the next best thing if you live in Bedford is go watch this girls basketball team.
They're a well-oiled machine, John. We've been over to their place to watch them a couple times this year on the highlight guide. And after the game, when you go out on the court, there are 20 or 30 young girls out playing basketball, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th graders. The program means something, and they've built quite a tradition. We'll talk about Concord Christian's tradition right after the national anthem. You're watching on the NFHS Network. And the national anthem in the books, but as we were saying, this Bedford team trying to go undefeated 2 years straight and go back-to-back state titles. They were the bridesmaid for many years, those great Bishop Girton teams, and they've finally gotten over that hurdle. But this Concord Christian team, John, they're trying to do something that I don't think has ever been done before in the history of New Hampshire high school sports, maybe even in the country. They're trying to win 4 consecutive titles in 4 different divisions.
4 consecutive years.
4 consecutive years. It's unheard of. They won Division 4 a few years ago. They bumped up to Division 3. They won that. Last year they win Division 2, a game that we brought to you here, I think, on the highlight guy, and or on the NFHS network, rather. And if they can get through this Bedford team, they'll have a good shot at it playing against the number 2 seeded Londonderry team. We saw them knock off Wyndham in the first game.
Well, Bedford has a back-to-back championship at stake. I think Concord Christian, if they pull off the seemingly impossible, they've probably got a ESPN 30 for 30 at stake to report on what they are trying to do here, going up 4 divisions in 4 straight years and winning the championship every year. It's going to be really tough, though, to beat this, one of the all-time great Bedford high school girls basketball teams. And Bedford wins the opening tip, and they go to work. Baseline.
You can just see that the speed and the confidence with which they play at. And
a win on defense to start the game for Concord Christian, the Kingsmen. Coached by Rebecca Carlisle and assisted by Matt Smith. And of course, the great head coach Kevin Gibbs of Bedford, assisted by Jordan Brandt, Megan McIver, and Greg Ulias. So Concord Christian had an opportunity to score first in this game, but they turn it over. Unforced error there and out of bounds.
Leather souffle, John, first of the evening.
Yes. Served up by Concord Christian's number 30. Oh, some of the numbers tough
they're
to see
dark
on the fly. Yes. We'll get that for you.
Crossover dribble, penetrate, ran into our own teammate. Travel call.
Oh, yeah.
So Bulldogs are getting into the paint, having some success. When they get in there, they turn the ball over and playing a little helter-skelter here in the early going.
It's 31 for, finally got the number there. The turnaround doesn't go. Concord Christian a little tentative in their offensive possessions. They've been playing good defense, though, as we're still scoreless. And Bedford, again, 3 trips down the court.
jump ball call. Possession going to go to Concord Christian.
Concord Christian, so 3 straight stops to start the game.
And part of that is by Bedford's own doing. You know, they're finding themselves out of position and turning the ball over. But, Concord Christian going to apply some pressure, and they're hanging in.
And
now
nice
they're in the lead.
Yep. 2-0 as Concord Christian goes up first.
I think that was Lily Carlisle.
Lily Carlisle, who we believe is Rebecca Carlisle's daughter, starts the scoring 2-0. Here's the score in favor of the Kingsmen. These two teams did meet during the regular season, and as you can guess or surmise from the undefeated status, Bedford didn't win it. Driving to the hoop and too strong to the basket was Annie Zink, the point guard. Long shot goes for Sarah Muir.
Yahtzee for Sarah from downtown. They take a 1-point lead.
So the first points for Bedford is a 3-pointer from number 3. There's a floater that's good. Concord Christian, they can put up some points. They scored 41 when these two teams met earlier in the season. They've scored 41 on Bedford, that is. Meanwhile, Bedford put up 55. There's a shot from in close, doesn't go.
Yeah, McCarthy just kind of lost track of where she was and sent it well over the hoop. Another steal there by Muir.
And here comes Muir, passes it to McCarthy, draws the foul.
And that's where this Bedford team can do you in. They have Melody McCarthy, who is tall. She can shoot it from outside, but she can bang it inside as well. And also Kate Allard, the 6'2 senior, also provides a little bit of height. You can see the height discrepancy down there on the free throw line.
So a 4-3 lead still for Concord Christian. Chance to tie it up for Melody McCarthy, and she does.
1 out of 2 from Mel.
8-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school girls and boys basketball. We've played 2.5 minutes of this first quarter, and we're tied at 4. As Concord Christian tries to get some kind of an open shot, they turn it over, literally.
Yeah, there's that guard pressure we talked about, and a carry turns the ball over. So that's something that we've come to expect from this Bedford team. They just apply all kinds of pressure defensively.
Annie Zink, point guard and captain, a junior. Very few seniors on this Bedford team. The step back for Zink, no good, and the rebound skitters out of bounds. It's off a Bedford player.
Again, may have hit Allard's foot, bounced out of bounds. Is still locked up at 4. A little pressure being applied here by the Bulldogs. They'll fall back.
In the opening half of this doubleheader, semifinal doubleheader, was a tentative start as well for the higher-seeded team, Londonderry, but they came roaring back in the second half to take it by 15 over Wyndham. There's an open look from outside, and rattling it home, Sarah Muir has another basket.
They've lost her at the top of the key a couple of times, and it's cost them. Got to know where she is.
Sarah Muir basically stole that ball with the help from Annie Zink, who dribbles it up court. Muir, the alley-oop, off the glass and in. Layup drill for the Bulldogs. They're up 9-4.
It can go downhill quick here, John. You have to get back transitionally in your defense, and you've got to come away with some points here if you're Concord Christian.
Yeah, so Annie Zink and Eva Zink teaming up for that basket. Eva, the freshman forward, number 12. What talent, what young talent they have.
It's a good problem to have, huh?
Yeah, on
freshman
this Bedford
forward,
team.
5'11". Yeah.
Sure. The inexperience, I'll take it. Oh, boy. So Concord Christian needs to get back on that scoring track. Nearly dribbling it out of bounds was Emma Smith. She regains it. Hands it off to Kate Smith. Kate spinning. Good court vision. There's a shot from downtown. Missing long on the shot was Emmy LeBeau.
Yep.
That good basketball number 23, Emmy LeBeau. For Concord Christian, they'll need her to make a few of those. Bedford with the ball movement, driving, and nobody's going to stop. No, except the rim will. The rim stopped Sarah Muir. She reached the basket, but Bedford still gets the ball back and draws a foul.
Yeah, Eva Zink went in there and just jumped over the top and grabbed that rebound and was hacked on the putback. But you could see they dropped 3 bodies down on Mel McCarthy, and that's going to open things up on the perimeter for Bedford.
So Eva Zink at the line, hits the first of 2.
And that free throw, John, that free throw is brought to you by Goodnight Moon. There you go. It was quiet. It was the quietest I've ever heard.
I was the only one talking.
It could be.
I was like back in church. I'm going to get thrown out of church by Monsignor Conlon.
There you go.
Again. Down court come the Concord Christian Kingsmen, trailing by 6 all of a sudden. Not wanting to let Bedford get too far ahead.
Ooh, got to communicate a pick.
Yeah.
Got to communicate.
Oh, just stripping the ball away and sprinting down court was Sarah Muir.
Wow.
The pass on the wing to Mel McCarthy. 2 more for the Bulldogs.
And they can get downhill really quick. Good transition on the turnover.
And Concord Christian fumbles it away out of bounds into the Bedford bench. Using it as an opportunity to coach him up is Kevin Gibbs. You can see him on screen there, directing traffic. To the left. What was that, Beyonce song? To the left, to the left.
Something like that.
In the corner, kind of an isolation here for Annie Zink. Gets it up top. Eva Zink.
Wow. High off the glass.
Understatement of the game. I'm going to make it right now. Eva Zink is one talented freshman. And showing it here early, a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. A floater from in close doesn't go for Lily Carlisle. Concord Christian did get the rebound and another opportunity, but missed.
This Bedford team just plays at a different type of speed.
The ball never hit the floor. Timeout. Concord Christian. Eva Zink with 2 more points on a fast break where the ball never hit the floor.
She's got 7 points in the early going. That'll give us, and speaking of being on fire, that'll give us a chance to talk about Eastern Propane. Eastern Propane is proud to recognize and support the community service efforts of all teams in all sports. Submit your team's community service project, your hours and photos at NHIAA.org for your chance to win $100 to further your community work. And Convenient MD is your go-to for quality urgent care, reliably fast treatment that gets you back in the game with 40 locations and counting. You're never far from the care you need. Find a clinic at convenientmd.com. And finally, Coca-Cola Bottling Northeast. Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast proudly supports the NHIAA and its championships. Visit them at cokenortheast.com.
These two teams met on Valentine's Day, February 14th, when Bedford won at home against Concord Christian 55-41. Valentine's Day resulted. Maybe Bedford didn't love.
Maybe
Jason,
no love lost.
Yeah, because it was the only 14-point win. Right now, they're on pace to score a lot more than 55 points.
Yeah.
Concord Christian needs to tighten up maybe a little more in defense.
We saw this Bedford team go south of the border and play Wachusett. At the time, was the #1 team in the state of Massachusetts. And Bedford got jumped in the early going of that one, down 9 points, and suddenly they just went on a 23-0 run. And so they can score in bunches, they can score quickly. They play at the same speed the entire time, so it really happens quite organically for this group.
Yeah, another month has passed since that previous game these two teams had. Another month on opportunity to get even better for these Bulldogs as Concord Christian loses it out of bounds.
And you can see Concord Christian out of sorts in their offensive sets and schemes, chasing the ball in half court, trying to save it. And we talked about that in the pregame. Can they ward off the pressure that this Bedford team puts on them defensively?
Kind of anticipating their passes before they're thrown, getting them out of sorts. Bedford looking for an open shot. The alley-oop. Melanie McCarthy gets hit on the arm underneath. And we'll go to the line.
I think that's going to be on Kate Smith, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, they're going to call it on 11, Sadie Thompson, so that's her first. But Mel McCarthy heading to the line, and her sister, we saw her play a bunch, now playing collegiately, Division I college basketball, having a nice season.
team not having great success, but she's a starter as a freshman, so.
Hopefully your sister's watching tonight.
I hope she is, if she doesn't have a game, yeah.
Wherever she is. Rooting for her sister to hit this second free
No
throw.
doubt. Did she hit the first, John?
Nope.
She did not, okay.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 2 for Mel.
17-4.
Nice backdoor cut, but
immediately
coming.
There's an open look. Nice shot. Perfect form. Kate Smith lights it up. Concord Christian needs a lot more of those. Bishop Girton put up a lot of threes against this Concord Christian team.
Oh, what a
Look
move.
at this. Bedford doesn't need threes. They're going right to the basket.
Well, that would have served, I think, the Cardinals well in that quarterfinal loss to these Kingsmen. They went, I believe it was 3 out of 33 from the three-point stripe, and big poke away there.
Sarah Muir goes to the court. That's going to be a floor burn for both players, but Bedford comes away with it. Annie Zink feeds Sarah Muir for the shot and almost the make.
They didn't box out.
Couple of open looks for Eva Zink. She got fouled.
Yep.
Pushed as she shot it, and she'll go to the line.
They just come at you in waves defensively and then offensively. It's just, it is unbelievable. And again, going back to that Bishop Girton game, you know, at one point during the game, they had Kate Smith with 3 personal fouls and 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the first half, and they kept Kate in the game, and she ended with 3 fouls the rest of the night. So you really have to maybe go at Kate and try to get her to the bench, and they did not.
Concord Christian ended up winning that game against BG to get here tonight, 48-33. Concord Christian won their opening round game against Keene, 55-42. As we are in the semifinals, Londonderry has punched their ticket to Saturday at UNH already by knocking off Wyndham in the earlier game.
Saw some Lancers down front watching this one with great interest, obviously.
Thinking about what they might do a little bit differently than they did in the final regular season game when they only lost by 7. Driving to the basket, full effect, Kate Smith, as the buzzer sounds, ending the first quarter. 21-9, Bedford making a statement.
And so there's your thought, right? Concord Christian did not play terrible half-court offense. They came in with 9 points. They did some things that they wanted to do. They hit a three-pointer. They had some nice looks, some good passes. Turned the ball over a few times, which turned into several points for Bedford. And Bedford dropped 21 there in the first quarter. And there were 3 or 4 possessions, John, in the first minute or so that could have ended in points. And so fortunate that it's just 21-9. That'll allow us to talk about the Granite State Dairy Promotion. Granite State Dairy Promotion supports student athletes and our hardworking athletic trainers. Learn more about how we're recognizing athletic trainers at NHIAA.org. Then get a glass of low-fat chocolate milk with 8 grams of natural protein, ready for your athlete. And Aroma Joe's, the NHIAA and Aroma Joe's, who would like to thank our championship volunteers and officials. Visit aromajoes.com to check out the menu and find a location near you. Speaking of milk, I don't know if you knew this. I think Steve Cody was drinking unpasteurized goat milk when we first got here tonight. Something about having great nutrients in there. I don't know.
Is that the fountain of youth that he's tapped into, obviously?
Listen, you don't get to look like this guy without
his superhero chocolates left over from Valentine's.
That's it. That travels with us now every game we go to.
The
nice
inside
pass.
move. Good pass from Sarah Muir, found Melody McCarthy. She's
that was Allard. And here's a great point, right? It's 21-9, John. Kate Allard is going to BU on a full scholarship for basketball. She hasn't scored. That just goes to show you the depth that this Bedford team has.
Yep,
Kate's Kate is arguably one of the best players in the entire state of New Hampshire, and quote unquote relegated to just being a defensive presence on the boards right now.
Her team's up 21-9.
She does do a good interview, though. We get to interview her after that Londonderry game.
The kids learn to talk on video at such a young age now with the social media, right?
Yeah.
It's good, though. Good practice.
Yep, no doubt.
The days of Patrick Ewing shying away from the cameras at Georgetown are long past. They wouldn't let him do interviews. Remember that?
Yeah,
when he was in college? Hall of Famer Patrick Ewing. In case you don't know who he is, fans, young fans watching.
Wow.
Great move. Kate Smith has been a force in this first half.
Doing her best impression of Patrick Ewing.
Yes.
Wow, little
Concord
spin
Christian
move.
power forward, Kate Smith, number 31. We'll need to do a lot more of that. Driving to the hoop, heavy contact, no call. Grace Wolf took a hit as she went through the paint. Good non-call, Jason?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're letting him play a little bit. Maybe had her hand on the top of that ball.
Concord Christian nearly lost it out of bounds. Instead, it's stolen by Bedford. Fast break, and just taking a step before the pass was Sarah Muir. Substitution into the game for Concord Christian comes Emma Smith.
And so, you're seeing what they're doing here. They're gonna try to use their bench a little bit in bits and pieces. 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there. Emma came out into that first quarter, and for a minute or so, let her get her legs under her, and they got to get her right back in.
Concord Christian trailing by 10, but with the basketball. They'd love to get it back to single digits here. Early second quarter. That shot doesn't go. Rebound Sarah Muir. Dribbling up court with her head up. Teardrop pass. Melanie McCarthy's
Step
open.
back. Wow.
She'll take it and make it from just inside the arc.
That was a step back. Nice play by McCarthy.
Showing the versatility of her game. We know she's a force underneath, but to have that in her repertoire, the Luka Doncic step back, that's pretty impressive. 6 minutes to go first half. Concord Christian looking to answer. Kind of a wild-looking throw at the basket there for Emma Smith, doesn't fall. And Bedford goes right back and scores.
Yeah, running the floor well. They reward her as Allard.
Yeah, she heard you about being scoreless.
Well, it's only a matter of time.
Ball.
She's gonna get in there.
Yeah, and it's a 14-point lead for the Bulldogs as they swarm the basketball.
And they got transition again. That one hangs up like a rainmaker, though.
Good job at getting back on defense by the Kingsmen as they steal it back. Running into a wall of defense. Just no breathing room for these Concord Christian ball handlers. This is called.
It's a smothering effort. You know, they just keep coming at you, and they have good hands. They have quick feet. They can beat you to the spot before you get there. And, you know, they've been doing it all year to every opponent that they've played. Clearly, they have one goal in mind here. Get back to that championship game.
Catch and shoot for Kate Smith doesn't fall. Rebound.
Is Eva Zink again on the boards.
Eva Zink, yes. And Melanie McCarthy showing up with dribbling skills.
Wow.
Eva Zink runs into a double team and kicks it back out to Kate Allard. In rhythm, Annie Zink off to the right, well off. Somehow saving that, seeing that it was going out of bounds. Good save by Eva Zink, but when Concord Christian ball, they can't make the lay-in, the contested lay-in, and the pace of the game, fast and furious. Step back, three, front rimming it was Sarah Muir. Rebound on the other side for Annie Zink.
Oh, they're going to call a foul. Thought we were going to get a jump ball, but instead they'll call a foul.
On the Bulldogs. Check that. On the Kingston
Brooklyn Robbins, 24.
Yep.
Inbound play
to the bench. Sorry, John.
Holding it, Kate Allard. Inside, stolen. That's a foul called over the top against Kate Allard. It never looks good when the taller player just bullies around the smaller player, even if there's not a lot of contact, but drawing the foul was Lily Carlisle. So Concord Christian trailing by 14 as they take possession here with 4:15 to go in the half. Man to man, it's like watching shadows go all over the court. A white-clad shadow on every Concord Christian player. There's a little bit of breathing room if you want to launch a Steph Curry 3, but Concord Christian seems determined to get closer to the basket.
Ooh, got to be careful there.
Again, no room for Emma Smith.
Good help, good switch defensively, and another.
Yep, and there's
Now
a
it's still
clear. You could see that pass coming from a long way away, and a foul before any shot.
You know, that's got to be the, you know, that's the thing that Coach Gibbs has. He can say, look, if you want to play, if you want to get playing time, you better be on the floor hustling all the time, because I got girls that are on this bench that will come in and do it if you're not willing to. And that's, you know, that's why they give 110%. He brings in his second and third group. They'll be playing the exact same way. So it's ingrained in this Bedford culture that we're going to play with a passion and with a speed that you have not seen.
Maybe it was knocked away by a Concord Christian player, but Annie Zink dribbled it off her foot. Turnover. Concord Christian trying to team up on a pass here. Not so easy with so many Bedford hands and feet occupying passing lanes. Hustling on defense, as Jason said. This Bedford team never stops working, whether they're on the offensive end or the defensive end of the floor. Kind of a hook scoop shot gets blocked. And down come the Bulldogs. Long pass to the corner. Kate Allard for 3. Front rims it. Good rebound by Concord Christian. Had to fight for that one, did Lily Carlisle. And back come the Kingsmen. Still 25-11. Been stuck on this score for a little bit. Emma Smith holding it over her head. Kate Allard swatting at it. Open 3 from the corner. Front rim, no. Good box out.
Yeah.
Juliet Laws.
Do the little things well. They do them.
The turnaround, no. Rebound.
Eva
Zink and jump ball.
Possession will go to Bedford.
That's how well coached, or, you know, how good this Bedford team is. Listed as a point guard is Juliet Laws.
Yep.
She just gave a box out clinic underneath the basket as a point guard. And so it's still Bedford ball, 25-11.
Well, the name of the game, John, and it's really the European style, what they've gone to is skills and drills, skills and drills. You know, if you just play in scrimmage, you're not really going to get better. And this, I can tell you flat out that this Bedford team, as Annie Zink goes in for a bucket, they do skills and drills. They do defensive slides, they do on-ball pressure, they do communicating drills where they switch. You can see it happening right there.
From A to Z, Annie Zink.
There it is.
And now they block a shot on the other end, and back come the Bedford Bulldogs and Annie Zink again. Passes it on the wing. Eva Zink, no. Concord Christian with it. 27-11. Concord Christian needing to pick up the scoring pace. They did put up 41 against this Bedford team a month ago, but Bedford obviously has done nothing but improve that game.
I think, John, there's 110 kids enrolled at Concord Christian.
Wow.
I believe those are the numbers.
Big credit for them for being the 4 seed in the state coming into this tournament. And Melody McCarthy comes back into the game. A great set of minutes for Eva Zink, who sits down. Inbound play for Concord Christian. Just a minute 18 to go in the first half. The winner of this one plays Saturday at UNH. It's a 4 o'clock game for the state championship.
Make. Lily Carlisle knocks down a triple Yahtzee.
Smooth 3 for Lily Carlisle. And here's Bedford with it. With a minute to go in the half. Annie Zink, long pass intercepted. Nice defense played by number 11, Sadie Thompson for Concord Christian. But stolen away by Sarah Muir. She hits Melody McCarthy, shielding the basketball. Can't make the layup, but they follow by Annie Zink. It was 3-on-1 at the end.
The trailers, they had 2 trailers that got to the ball. Amazing.
Kate Smith ran out of room. Nice pass. Open 3 is left short.
Another nice box out there by Laws.
Melanie McCarthy in the paint has it wrestled from her. Jump ball, possession arrow, Concord Christian. Good defense, hustling back. Kate Smith. And also Lily Carlisle after her missed shot. Everybody hustled down the court. With it, Emma Smith draws a double team, long pass. Three-pointer by Lily Carlisle doesn't go. 1 second.
Wow.
I saw 8, it's 0.8. They get it off. No
Court
good.
awareness, game awareness,
Yes.
clock awareness. You know, they didn't get it to go, but they had a chance there at the buzzer, and Bedford roars out to a 29-14 lead here in the first half. All that in a bag of chips, John Collins. And
Yeah.
they are something to watch, and they almost brought that intensity up another level defensively there in the second quarter.
So fundamentally sound. It's going to be tough for Concord Christian to come back in this one, but you know they will give it their A-plus best effort. John Collins with Jason Roby. Your cameraman is the highlight guy, Steve Coney. Second half is coming up after this halftime break from Exeter High School. Stay with us.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Exeter High School in Exeter, New Hampshire. We're getting set for the second half of our second half of the doubleheader. We saw Londonderry knock off Wyndham in the New Hampshire Division I girls basketball semifinal to start the evening, and now Bedford is threatening to knock off the #4 seed Concord Christian as we begin the second half. John Collins with Jason Roby on NFHS. The score 29-14. As Bedford has done all season long, basically doubling up the score of their opponent.
Yeah, and it's come some of the keys of the game we pointed out, right? The guard pressure provided by the Bedford backcourt. It's just so difficult to overcome as only 2 players have scored for Concord Christian. It's Smith with 7 and Carlisle with 7. And meanwhile, they just continue to put that pressure on the basketball. They can get you from inside, outside. They can get you on the fast break. They can turn you over. It's just an impressive thing to watch. And, you know, no place you'd rather be at 20 minutes of 9 on a Monday night.
And it will be Bedford ball on top of everything to begin the action here in the second half. 8 fresh minutes up on the third quarter scoreboard. We'll see what this will bring, what any halftime adjustments that Concord Christian can make. Going to the basket, Eva Zink missed it, but the putback by Melody McCarthy.
The strength by McCarthy to push through 4 Concord Christian hands, put it off the backboard, and I you know, Concord Christian will watch their legs as this third quarter progresses. It's just a
Lily Carlisle to the basket, nice change of direction, not able to finish. And a fast break now, for Bedford.
Pull-up jumper from the elbow is up and good. A nice make there by Sarah Muir, and she has 10 points.
Sarah Muir's done a lot of that tonight, hitting her shots. Perimeter passing, Kate Smith finds Ireland Baines. Number 3, backing it up is Lily Carlisle, looking for an opening as she goes against Annie Zink. Gets the shot up, but it's good enough defense to create a miss. Annie Zink pushing the pace down court, changes direction to the hoop and scores.
And Annie Zink had one goal in mind when she got that ball in front of the Exeter scoreboard over there. I'm going to the hoop, and she went through 3 Concord Christian players.
A, B, C, D, Z, and scores. And the knockaway going to the floor. Eva Zink, Melanie McCarthy picks up the loose change, gets fouled from behind. Bedford relentless.
And McCarthy, the 6'1" sophomore forward, running the floor so well.
We said it in the first half, but I still have to check the roster every time. Eva Zink makes a play. Just a freshman at 5'11" and such a force up front, along with Melanie McCarthy and all these players. Kate Allard, as Jason mentioned, on her way to Boston University to play basketball on a full scholarship. Just an embarrassment of talent on this talent.
Well, we were just talking about Melody McCarthy's sister.
Yeah.
Who's at Purdue.
Lana
McCarthy. And
yeah, we looked it up. She, in her very first game for Purdue, she scored 18 points and had 10 rebounds. A double-double, was named the Big Ten Freshman of the Week. The Purdue basketball teams, they're 10-19 on the season so far. So a bit of a struggle for the Boilermaker women.
But you lose a player like that, you think, okay, well, we got to rebuild and retool. And nope. Oh, blocking foul called. Tough one there.
Yeah, it was heavy contact. Lily Carlisle drawing the foul. She definitely delivered the blow there on the dribble. And she'll go to the line. 35-14. Bedford in the lead. And missing her first free throw, Lily Carlisle. Concord Christian finishing the season 14-4. Of course, they won their first 2 playoff games, so they're 16-4 coming in here. Bedford, perfect on the season, looking for a perfect season overall. They'll need to win this one and 2 more. 1 more. Final. Make it 22-0. Up top, wide open look. Sarah Muir took a body check after she let it go, but they didn't call that.
Nice job on the glass there by the Kingsmen.
All eyes were on the ball. And Emmy LeBeau.
Just look at the defense.
Relentless and not traveling, able to get a pass away before she hit the deck.
And you know, they're going to stop the game here.
She went down hard.
She went down
Jason.
hard, and I think she hit her head.
Back of her head?
On the floor as the trainer will come out to look, and a silence falls over this gym.
Ouch. You know, just sacrificing the body to make that pass. That's a cliche, but that's what she did there. She just had no regard for almost how she would land when she let that go, Jason. It was all about not traveling. You know, if she puts down her other foot, stabilizes herself, she gets called for the travel. She just decided to kind of fling the thing on move backwards and paid the price.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages, and we'll update you.
We're back here at Exeter High School as, unfortunately, we watch Sarah Muir get escorted into the locker room, Jason.
Yeah, on her own, under her own power, so that's good to see. And you know, great hustle with no regard for her body, trying to complete that pass on the fast break layup. And she went down on her back, and we think maybe she hit the back of her head, but she was able to roll over onto her stomach. So that was good to see her get off the floor under her own power.
Step back 3-point attempt for Lily Carlisle doesn't go, and it is Bedford basketball. 5.5 minutes to go. Third quarter. Bedford is comfortably ahead, 37-15. As they, again, exhibit good ball movement into the game. Juliet Laws, point guard, back in. Good block there.
Banished from the kingdom of hardwood.
Yes. Clean block. Concord Christian driving to the hoop and running into Melody McCarthy, literally. There's a three-pointer from distance. No good.
You know, the length of this Bedford team, it makes you have to change your passing angles, your shooting angles when you face, you know, these kind of long arms and so forth.
A near steal there for the Kingsmen, but Bedford controls. Annie Zink calling a play as she moves to the left. Bounce pass McCarthy, double team, twisting, turning.
Nice
good
pass.
feed. Running out of room. Nice defense by Lily Carlisle in the paint without fouling. The cutter, Juliet Laws. Baseline drive, running out of room. Nearly a steal. Good job of going to the basketball and taking it back by Emma Smith. Changes direction, Emma Smith. Twisting, hook shot.
Wow.
That looked good out of her hand, but it didn't go. And Bedford rebound. Juliet Laws stops, pops, and hits.
So Laws inserted into the game and runs the floor well, and her fresh legs get her down the left baseline, pops a mid-range jumper.
Scoop
Nice
shot
move.
off the glass. Nicely done by Lily Carlisle. And two more for Concord Christian, but basically just treading water, trying to stay even.
You can't exchange baskets. At some point, you got to come away with a stop.
Annie Zink in and out. Rebound. Concord Christian gave it away.
Wow.
Long reach of Kate Allard, stole that one. An attempted baseline pass. Getting her hands up in the way of that one was Annie Zink.
Oh, that one just went off her foot.
Yeah, Eva dribbled it off her foot out of bounds.
Things still pretty quiet here in the gym, and it probably has to do a little bit with some folks wondering how, you know, Sarah's doing back there, and hopefully she's okay, and she'll come back to the bench at some point.
Lily Carlisle passes it on the wing. Good job of saving that by Emma Smith. The step back doesn't go for Emma. Rebound. Concord Christian on the
rebound. Emmy LeBeau going into the, oh, that was Carlisle, excuse me, going in there, getting the rebound and putting it up and in.
Kate Allard driving baseline, draws a double team, kicks it back outside. The open look from distance, Melody McCarthy.
A rainmaker from Mel.
Melody McCarthy, a power forward with an outside shot. Bedford can beat you in so many ways. 44-19, the Bulldogs lead. The step back from way downtown doesn't go for Concord Christian. Lily Carlisle. Annie Zink directs traffic, kicks it up top to Eva. Eva Zink floats it to McCarthy. She'll take it from this side. Not her best side, apparently. After hitting the free throw from the left diagonal. In the corner. And up top, Lily Carlisle. Kate Smith, rather, directing traffic as she takes Melody McCarthy toward the hoop. The turn away, fade away jumper. Kate Smith showing off the shooting touch. And it's an even 20-point game. Make that 44-21. That, I don't know if they gave the points to the wrong team there for a second. 44-21 is the score on the scoreboard. We got travel called against Bedford. Rare turnover. Eva Zink comes out and, Eva Zink comes out and Ella Allard comes into the game for Bedford. Ella Allard, a 5'10" sophomore guard. And a throwaway by Concord Christian. Some miscommunication there.
Yeah, you know, you get only so many opportunities. You got to come away with, you know, you get a nice stop. You got to come away with some points off of that. So Grace Wolf, I think, just checked in for the Bulldogs.
Bedford, Annie Zink driving. No. Good job of getting the rebound by Concord Christian, but they throw it away in haste, in traffic. Good feed underneath.
Nice feed. And a double dose as we see Annie Zink making her way back to the bench.
With a smile on her face.
That's a good thing.
That's great. Sarah Muir back on the bench. Turnaround shot.
Nice make.
Number 30 is Emma Smith.
She's been relatively quiet offensively here tonight. That's just Emma's first bucket.
So Bedford's got double the points, 46-23, and trying to add to it. Driving, losing the handle was Juliet Laws. Driving the length of the floor.
Nice make with the left hand by Emma Smith. Wow.
A determined Emma Smith.
Little Euro step there to the right, back left with the left hand. Textbook. Reminds me of Steve Cody in his heyday. Another turnover against the Bulldogs. So
yeah, good stop. Need to follow up with another make, perhaps, as Brooklyn Robbins checks out and Emmy LeBeau comes into the game for Concord Christian. Emma Smith.
7 seconds to go in the quarter with Emma with the ball in her hand.
And again, draws the foul and lays it in.
For a three-point play with 2.2 left.
You knew exactly what she wanted to do as she went to the hoop.
She's
inviting the contact. She's done it before. You know it, the way she did that so well. Emma Smith at the line.
Well, I think she looked at her scoring line and said, you know, I need to maybe do a little bit more to get us back into this thing. And she's got the last 6 points here and a chance for number 7.
Misses that. There's 2 seconds left. And we go to the fourth quarter. Bedford up 46-27.
Final Forms leads the way in sports registration for the compliance, health, and safety of our athletes and is an official partner of the NHIAA. See finalforms.com for more. Service Credit Union is the official credit union of the NHIAA and New Hampshire High School Sports. Learn more about Service Credit Union at servicecu.org/NHIAA. Unified Sports, Special Olympics New Hampshire, and the NHIAA believe that Unified Sports help young people become agents of change in their schools and communities. The NHIAA currently offers unified programs in soccer, basketball, outdoor track, and volleyball. Learn more at NHIAA.org. And the NHIAA is proud to use products from Wilson Sporting Goods for athletes to perform their best. They require the best, and that's what Wilson has delivered for over 100 years. Learn more at wilson.com. Jewett Construction, in partnership with the NHIAA, is offering a special scholarship to support students who are pursuing careers in the trades. If you're interested in a rewarding career in the trades, be sure to apply and take advantage of this opportunity to invest in your future. For more information on how to apply, visit NHIAA.org. Let's build a stronger future together. Ready to start the fourth quarter here. Winner to punch their ticket to the finals Saturday at the University of New Hampshire to face Londonderry High School. Lancers beat the Wyndham Jaguars in the first semifinal of the evening. Is falling out of bounds and losing possession is Lily Carlisle. Good sportsmanship shown there. Back the other way come the Bulldogs.
Less than 8 minutes separating Bedford from a trip back to the New Hampshire Girls D1 Finals, where Londonderry awaits. Melody McCarthy throws it over the sideline. And nearly a steal for Concord Christian, but Annie Zink controls. Feeds it on the wing to Grace Wolf, and Bedford puts it back to miss.
No one boxed out Juliet Laws, and she got that rebound, put it right back up and in.
Again, Juliet Laws finding her way underneath the basket as a point guard.
Wow.
That was a rainbow make from almost out of bounds by Emma Smith.
That one was shot from the football field.
It was. And a beautiful shot to see go in if you're a Concord Christian
Emma
fan.
Smith.
Long pass, barely kept in bounds. Bedford underneath. They triple team on Kate Allard. It wrestled away from her as they let him play.
This Concord Christian team, John, I don't know if they have enough to win, but boy, they're not going away. And look at that.
You sure have the fight. So
and there's honor in the fight for sure.
Yeah, that's Lily Carlisle go to the line. The ball just barely rolls off the rim. 18-point lead for the Bulldogs, and try to take a few bites out of it. Our Concord Christian now at the free throw line. Lily Carlisle makes the first.
And you wonder, that when Muir went out, and of course she's back now on the bench, and she looks like, for all intents and purposes, she's going to be okay. But the game changed a little bit. The momentum shift, albeit briefly, kind of went towards Concord Christian, and now they're within 16 points. And that's a lot, but it's not 26.
Yep. Annie Zink, Eva Zink, and Annie playing catch, sisters like they do in the driveway. Cross court pass to Juliet Laws. Underneath, Melody McCarthy, the power
with
game.
Authority.
Two more as the Bulldogs reach the 50-point plateau with 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this semifinal. Backing her way toward the hoop, drawing a double team, got the shot away, which was a feat in itself by Lily Carlisle, but left it short. And Annie Zink comes away with a loose ball from the corner. Under 6 minutes to go now in the fourth and final quarter. One touch pass from Kate Allard finds Melanie McCarthy. Maybe too easy, too open. And the roll in by Juliet Laws.
Right place, right time for Juliet. She got that medium rebound there in the paint and just went up and found her in the right place at the right time.
Timeout, Concord Christian. Coached by Rebecca Carlisle with assistant Matt Smith. The coaches for Bedford, Kevin Gibbs, with Jordan Grant, Megan McIver, and Greg Ulias.
The Hammond Lumber Company is proud to sponsor our high school state championship traditions. Hammond Lumber Company, a fourth-generation family business, carries a full line of building materials and features home planning design centers, all conveniently located in the communities we love to cheer on. Learn more about Hammond Lumber at hammondlumber.com. Heritage Home Services applauds the effort and teamwork of all the student athletes competing today. Just like you, we're dedicated to meeting any plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical challenge. We give our all in every job for every customer. Keep striving for greatness with Heritage Home Services. Build a stronger financial future with Service Credit Union. From free checking to high rate savings, learn more at servicecu.org. Finally, the Bank of New Hampshire and the NHIAA have teamed up to launch Banking on Kindness and Sportsmanship. To recognize those who exemplify respect and support for others, schools will award special pins to student-athlete nominees, and one standout athletic program will receive a $1,000 donation in June. Nominate at NHIAA.org. Member FDIC.
Play resumes. Concord Christian with it after their timeout. Denied baseline there, and ball trickles out of bounds off of a Concord Christian player. Emma Smith lost the handle in front of her own bench. Turnover, Bedford ball.
You see how quickly it happens, John. It seemed like just 5 seconds ago it was a 14-point lead, and now it's back up to 20. I mean, it just comes at you in waves.
Right. Bedford just relentless on both ends of the floor, turning misses into makes. And defense into stops.
Good defense there. Nice block shot by Kate Smith.
Melody was just stripped of the ball cleanly underneath in that double team. Open for a moment and missing the shot off to the right. Melody McCarthy, the football pass down court, and fouled as she goes to the hoop. Kate Allard.
Give you a chance to talk about the hands. First of all, the baseball pass was on point. It was a laser. And then to be able to catch that on the other end by Allard, without breaking stride, it's easier said than done.
Kate Allard rattles it in. I think that Lana McCarthy, Melody's sister's season is done at Purdue. I see the last game they played was March 2nd. So they probably into the tournament season because they were 10-19. They probably
didn't make it right.
But Lana put up 19 points in 15 points in 19 minutes. It was like half the time played of everybody else, and she led the Purdue team in scoring. I think she needs more minutes. I don't know if she hurt herself in that game or what happened, but I was staring at that box score, and I couldn't figure it out. She had way more points than everybody and played half the time.
Just goes to show that New Hampshire's best
are pretty good. Lana McCarthy at Purdue. Runner toward the hoop, no good. And Bedford comes down with it.
I mean, it's literally like a track meet here, going back and forth for this Bulldog team.
It is.
They just all run the floor so well.
And does anybody seem out of breath?
No, it's.
They don't. There's a putback, step back, I should say, by Ava Zink.
Extra
no good.
oxygen in the water in Bedford, maybe? I don't know how that works.
It is definitely humid in this gym.
It is.
Getting our first taste of maybe
I think that's just the highlight guy. That's the effect he has on people. He makes people
hyperventilate.
Oh, boy. It's been a long season. 3:33 to go in this one.
Steve Cody and Jason Roby have teamed up for many, many games. Bedford moving the ball around. Melanie McCarthy, unselfish there. She had a wide open look if she wanted to take it, but passed it on the wing instead with her team up by 21.
The runner,
and no, on the foul to the line will go Emma Smith.
You know, the thing, and you look at this Concord Christian team, John, they put up 32 points. There's still 3 minutes to play here. I mean, that's with the defensive pressure they've been facing. It's an impressive feat by this Concord Christian team, and even more than that is just the fight. You don't win 3 state championships as McCarthy and Eva Zink head out, but you don't win 3 state championships in a row without knowing how to fight through adversity, how to play and give your all till that final buzzer. 2 out of 2 there for Emma Smith.
Do you know whether Bedford might have won the championship in the COVID year, the 2020 year when they didn't play?
They beat BG. I think it was shared title. I think it was a shared title, but they won the next year. I believe they went to Sanborn High School and beat Bishop Girton. Pretty good, 60-something to 40-something maybe, but it was and I can't remember the young lady's name. She was the player of the year in New Hampshire. And matter of fact, Brad Craik and I, the former Bishop Girton coach, were talking about her. And that was just a fantastic Bedford team. And they were the best team that day for sure.
Long miss, rebounded by Bedford as they hold the ball, take more time off the clock. Under 3 minutes to go now. The floater is good by Juliet Laws.
Laws has come in and had herself a nice second half.
Another
10
freshman,
points.
super talented freshman for Bedford.
You can find all of those questions that John asked in the online version of the roster book that the NHIAA puts out. They'll have all the past champions and runner-ups, and there is a COVID year sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if they shared the title or if there was no title to be had.
The way they listed it was no champion.
No champion.
2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember, COVID came in March, and it really was ill-timed because it wiped out this tournament right near the beginning of it.
Yeah, and I remember thinking I think there were 4 boys teams left or something like that. And they had talked about, sharing it. I feel like Goffstown was awarded a championship. The girls from Goffstown, our friend Steve Largy at the time, now the Concord High athletic director.
In the lower division?
No, Division 1.
Division 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though. It's happened
Maybe
on
the
occasion.
Goffstown people are just grabbing it.
Maybe so. Maybe so. We'll take it.
Theoretical
championship.
We'll take it.
And checking in for Bedford is Karina Caminetti and Isabella Landis as a couple of Bulldogs head off the floor. Annie Zink and Kate Allard, they'll rest them up for the state title game. That's going to be a good one on Saturday at Durham. Nice move.
To the hoop, fouled. And again, this Concord Christian team won 16 games this season, including the 2 playoff games.
Yeah.
They won the state championship 3 years ago in Division 4, 2 years ago in Division 3, last year in Division 2. They were trying to do the seeming impossible, move up 4 years in a row and win 4 championships in a row, a feat that probably would have got them on SportsCenter.
Probably.
but they ran into this team, Bedford.
But Bedford's done this to everybody.
And as I said to Jason at halftime off air, I said if Caitlin Clark came through the door at halftime, it would be a fair fight with this Bedford team.
Yeah.
You know, with all the talent they have coming at you from all directions. But Londonderry will have.
Listen, Londonderry was winning that game in the regular season at Bedford.
We'll have confidence going into Saturday.
And it may be a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, thinking that they let one get away.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see.
And you know, with the play of their Samantha Sullivan, she wants to win that game.
You bet she does.
And these Bedford girls will have something for her too. That should be tremendous Saturday at UNH. 4 o'clock game coming up. There's a hand check foul against the Kingsmen. Concord Christian
We've
gets
got
called.
70 seconds left in this one, and it's all but final. The only thing that remains is what the final score is going to be. Is a couple of Kingsmen will enter the game, and 2 will head out. A great year, and a nice round of applause for the young ladies coming off the floor there. Is
Matt Smith hugging,
I think,
Lily Carlisle.
Yep.
Bedford, number 11 is Isabella Landis. 15 is Juliet Laws with it. Passes it to Ella Allard. To the basket goes Eva Zink. Ella Allard. Number 21.
And just look at the balance. I mean, I look at my scorebook here, and you look at this Bedford team. They have 7 kids, you know, that are in the scoring column, and 3 kids for Concord Christian. It's just top to bottom. They are an impressive unit, no question about it.
This is interesting. Coach, I think it was Coach Smith called this time. He's drawn up a play with 45 seconds to go. I don't know if this has added meaning for Concord Christian of who's going to shoot this next shot, but it looks like it's a designed play to get somebody maybe on the score sheet. You'll have to watch closely. I'm not sure exactly who it's designed for, but they wanted to get some of the reserves in to maybe get some kind of game action, if this is set play or not.
It's definitely an inbound play that was drawn up, but they get trapped in the corner and got to make something happen here. Low pass.
Number 3 is Ireland Baines. Ireland trying to get past Bedford's tenacious defense. Ella Allard not about to let her pass.
I don't think that's how Coach Smith drew it up.
No. I don't think Bedford cares about the emotional last shot by somebody who was supposed to maybe score some points here before this ends. They're just playing to the whistle as Concord Christian inbounds it. Ireland Baines through the paint. Scoop shot blocked. Getting a hand on that was Juliet Laws.
Wow, good transition again by Bedford, and smart, understanding the game and pulling it out.
Seconds. They're not going to shoot.
Wow, nope.
Yeah.
That's just good conceptual awareness of what you're trying to accomplish.
And it's class. The reserves would like to put it up, but come on, that's a great win again for Bedford. They're going to the finals. The Bedford Bulldog girls basketball team, perfect on the season so far. They're 21-0. They are undefeated in 2 seasons. They're going for the back-to-back championship against the Londonderry Lancers coming up at UNH on Saturday. 58-34, a decisive Bedford win over Concord Christian here in the state final.
Yeah, I mean, all the big players came out tonight, but Melody McCarthy had herself a night. Juliet Laws, the freshman guard, had a great night. I mean, Eva Zink, another freshman, had a great first quarter. You know, that's not even talking about Sarah Muir and Annie Zink and the BU-bound Catherine Allard. You know, we're not even talking about those kids. It was just impressive thing to watch at the speed at which they operate. And congratulations to the Bedford Bulldogs. They'll punch their ticket to yet another final in Durham, and they'll get to face a team that thought they had them beat. And you know, you didn't play the full game, and Londonderry got caught. So,
and Sarah Muir looked fine in that post-game celebration over there. Hopefully she'll be 100% on Saturday as well. She didn't come back in after hitting the back of her head, but I think she's going to be A-okay.
You could see there on the screen the Concord Christian team gathering in front of the bench, and sure some words of encouragement and congratulations given by Coach Smith and Coach Carlisle. Look, you said it. You don't go to 4 or 3 state championship games and win them and then, try to take out the number 1 team arguably in New England, right? I mean, in this Bedford team, and you meet them in the semifinals, and you just ran into a juggernaut. And unfortunately for Concord Christian, their season will come to an end. But what a great story, and we wish nothing but the best for Concord Christian, putting that school on the map. And to the victor go the spoils. Bedford High School is going to march on to yet another state championship game. Congratulations to them. They'll face Londonderry, the 1 and the 2, doing battle in Durham on Saturday.
Great job, Jason. It was a pleasure. For Steve Cody, our executive producer, and our game analyst extraordinaire, Coach Jason Roby, I'm John Collins. It's been a pleasure bringing you today's D1 NHIAA semifinals. Take care, everybody.